Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
I remember I sat there and had a massive nosebleed all throughout the gig because it was just so loud, and I was just sitting there like covered in blood. My dad was like, "It was meant to be your first gig, Samantha."
Sitting in front of me on Zoom is a man with a fish tattooed on his arm. It can only be one person. George Pickering.
Sitting is not the word.
No, absolutely lying. Horizontal on his bed.
Well, I mean, that's a talking point in itself. I maybe said it a little bit too early on our last guest we had. Is it unprofessional to do the podcast from my bed? I don't know. Maybe.
Or is it just showing what such a cool, relaxed guy you are?
Yeah, but I'll sit up when it's a guest. But now Ben and I, just to have a little peek behind the curtain, we've done 2 guests back to back, and it's been great. But it's quite hard to sit up with no back support. Do you know what I mean? Just sat up on your bed, So now we're doing the intro and outro, and I'm lying down, boy. You know what I mean? Lying down.
Ready for his little sleep.
No, I can't. I've got to go out in a bit. We've got to wrap this up and then on the road, baby.
On the road, things to do, people to see.
Exactly. Anything you want to talk about before we go in?
To be honest, no, not really. No.
Thanks for being honest.
I mean, as things stand, I popped to the hospital this afternoon to see my mum.
Yeah.
Because this morning I had a phone call from a nurse because mum was worried I'd been arrested. So that's sort of where we're at. Just for full disclosure, I've not been arrested. So got to go and deal with that. Life's tough at the moment with that situation. But we roll on. And you just have to take it a day at a time. So I've not really got anything to add. As we've said, we've sort of bulk recorded these. So who knows when this will be out. But other than that, life's cool. Little piggy's, doing okay.
Great.
Yeah. So should we just go straight in, George?
Let's just go in.
Let's go in.
So we've got a guest.
We've got a guest. Another guest you met at the UK Drum Show.
UK Drum Show. As we sort of said, I kind of well, do you know what? We didn't talk about this to her, but I knew that she followed our Instagram, Drum and Drummer Instagram, and I saw her. I kept seeing her throughout the day. As I don't know if you kept this in, but I mentioned it. She was dressed brilliantly. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like a red pajama suit situation thing going on. Great, loved it. All about that in the workplace. And but I went up to her, and it was quite a weird way to start a conversation because I said, "Hi, are you Samantha? I think you follow me on Instagram." Which is odd because it's sort of, I don't know. Is that arrogant? So I think you follow me, I also follow you, and I mentioned the podcast. She said, "Oh yeah." And I said, "Look, would you want to be on?" Then we chatted for a while and we were talking with drummers. We kind of wandered about for a bit. And then, sure enough, the following week she is on the pod. So, that's what's good about the UK Drum Show. I did say, I'll have to get some, if I don't get some guests, and make some new friends of this thing, then what's it all been for? And absolutely. I feel like we have. So, it's all good.
Okay, well, let's jump in. Here's our chat with Samantha Lubin.
You're dressed differently to how I saw you at the drum show last week.
Yes.
You haven't opted for pajamas this time.
No, didn't opt for the red pajamas. I've opted for Adidas top and like gym trousers today because I'm like running around like a lunatic. So yeah, that is what I've opted for today.
Solid look. I mean, it was, so I we may as well start. I saw you at the UK Drum Show last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
Did.
I remember when. You were dressed amazingly.
Oh, thank you.
It's like red pajamas, Ben, and I mean that in a nice way. It sounds like I'm being rude, but I promise I'm not. Did you enjoy the drum show? Were you there just as a spectator?
Yeah, I had a great time. I was just there on the Sunday, and yeah, it was really, really good. Didn't manage to catch too many people playing, unfortunately, but did see James Crompton in the Mike
Yes.
Goldbear room, who was ace. He's actually a friend of mine, so
Oh,
that
cool.
was really great to watch him. But he was the only person that I got to see perform because the rest of the time it was just kind of like walking around, talking to
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's where I met you at that James Compton one. And it was
Oh
great.
yeah.
It was cool. It was
Yeah.
no, it was a great show. Right, where should we begin, Ben? Any questions right off the bat?
I mean, you mentioned you're teaching. You've been teaching this morning in the studio. Is this your studio? Where are you teaching? Who are you teaching? What's that part of your
Sure.
life?
So this is yeah, so it's a bit like there's a big box behind and everything. This is my shared studio that I share with some friends in North London. There's four of us that share here, and I am here 2 days a week. So I have my private students come here 2 days a week, and then I've just recently started teaching at ICMP in Kilburn,
Mm.
which is awesome. It's great. Everybody that I'm working with is amazing. The facilities there are really awesome. Very, very happy doing that. And then the rest of the time, I am gigging mainly as a percussionist, but also as a drummer. And I also am a rep for the Musicians Union. So yeah, just got like few bits going on.
Fingers in different pies. What is so your role at ICMP? Is it what are you teaching there, basically?
So they have hired me to teach on the BA course as the percussion and rhythm studies teacher. However, lots of my colleagues are off on tour at the moment, so I'm covering for them. So, like yesterday, I was teaching the third year drummers for the BA course, and then I was teaching the higher education certificate course too. And on Thursday, I am going in to teach like my part of the degree that I do, and then I'm doing a one-to-one with a master student. So just like lots of little kind of bits going on there. Yeah.
Nice. Is that something that I'm guessing, is it like, are you given like a curriculum and then you have to teach that? Or do you get any kind of, I don't know, chance to do your own thing, especially in the percussion course? You know, is that sort of, do you come with the lesson plans or do they tell you what to teach?
Yeah, so the percussion plans, we do have some guidelines that we kind of work towards. So every week the students will get up and they'll perform a song as part of their live performance module. So I'll work on them with that, but I'm also teaching them all about rhythm, um, different percussion setups, different rhythms. That in that particular course, I'm actually working with the vocalist. So it's about getting the vocalist to be able to play percussion at the same time as singing. So yeah, I've got a bit of like movement there to kind of do whatever I like. I kind of work with them in different time signatures too, so that they build up their confidence, not just working in 4/4. And then the other parts of the course that I teach on, so the they're kind that's kind of very set, that's very set, but when you're working with the master students, that's very kind of like student led. So you just got to kind of be flexible and bring in like different areas of expertise for different kind of things.
Was that sort of your plan to go into that sort of level of teaching at all in your career?
Well, I think so at some point. I mean, I've been like relentlessly gigging now for like 15 years. So I'm starting to feel it. Like, doing 100 gigs plus a year is a lot. And I love it. And it's obviously great with the traveling and getting to meet different people and seeing different parts of the world and stuff. But I think at some point I am going to have to like try and think about maybe starting to like slow down a little bit. So this is definitely an area that I am thinking about really kind of moving into. I've just kind of seeing what takes me where at the moment, really.
I mean, I saw, speaking of those gigs, I had a look on your Instagram. It looks like, do you do it every January, the Barbados gig?
Yeah, that was just this year, but I'll probably go back there and do that again, definitely at some point. I also spent 5 weeks of the summer out there too, which was really, really cool. When it's quiet here, it's the high season there, so kind of makes sense to
Yeah.
leave.
Well, yeah, absolutely. That's like the dream January gig, right? Just go to Barbados.
Yeah, just go there and
It's the
hang out
best.
and have fun.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, let's talk percussion. So is percussion something that it seems like, I mean, it's in the best way. Are you more percussionist now than a drummer, or is it kind of still equal? Or
Well, because I'm teaching because I teach during the week, I'm doing a lot of teaching on kit, but gig wise, yeah, definitely the majority of my gigs now are absolutely on percussion. And I kind of got into the percussion thing back in, well, I started really kind of taking it like really seriously back in 2019 because I was shooting a music video with the bands that I was in at the time. And we were shooting a music video, and basically I fainted and I smashed my head on a concrete wall and I blacked out on a concrete floor, and
oh
I
my
gave myself like a
God.
really bad head injury. And it took me like a really long time to recover from that. But when I was recovering, the doctors were saying to me that the worst thing you can do is like put really intense vibrations through your body. And obviously, like being a musician and a drummer, that's like
Mm.
not ideal. So, and also my coordination was like completely off. Like my reaction time to my right leg was 10 seconds and my left leg was 3 seconds. So yeah, so
Wow.
that's why I kind of got more into the percussion side of things, because you don't have as many limbs to think about. And it was just a little bit kind of like easier on the body, you know?
Was that an accident that happened? Like,
Yeah, it was just an accident. I just fainted and I
wow.
completely knocked myself out. Was like out.
Jesus. Sorry, while doing a music video, did you say?
Yeah, so it was great because we had it all on camera. So at least when I went to the
I did
hospital
want
with
to
the
ask.
doctors,
Yeah.
I could show
Yeah.
them like, oh, this is what's happened. So we're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
they were like, are you under the influence of any like alcohol or anything? I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm completely sober, actually. Thank you, love.
My God. I mean, that's insane promo for the band as well, to show the doctor. What do you think of our new music video? You know.
So
Um,
funny.
Bless you. Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had a lot of like really great help from the MU, Help Musicians UK, BAPAM. Yeah, we're really lucky actually here with all like the kind of charities that we've got to help us as musicians if we ever kind of need it. Yeah, they were really, really helpful and like signposted me to all kinds of stuff because I had to have like physio well, I still go for physio once a month now, but that's just kind of like body maintenance just to make sure everything is, working as it should do because obviously what we do for a job is so physical. So yeah, they've like paid for all my physio and they helped me with like my living costs because I couldn't work for a while. So well, I would definitely say that if there's like anybody out there that has to go through something like that, I really hope, touch wood, that nobody else has to. But there's a lot of really great charities and services out there that we have in the UK to help us.
How long would you say it was between having that accident and getting behind a kit and being comfortable?
It did feel really weird. I would say 8 months later, I started to feel okay. It just felt so weird. Like my coordination was really off. It was really bizarre. Like every time I'd like play the drums, because I had this like hematoma in my head, it would like fill up this swelling. It was really weird. It was like this swelling here, and then it would like push my nose to kind of like bend. So my whole like face shape was so weird. Like
Wow.
face shape would change, and oh, it was just the weirdest thing. It was like having a like parasite in your face, like running around.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was very, very,
Wow.
very weird.
Well, that would sort of grow when you started playing with it.
Yeah, because it's all the fluid in your head. It all like moves and
Wow.
everything, and then I just feel really weird and really off. Is yeah, all the vibrations going through you.
So is that what it was? It was vibrations were making this happen.
Yeah, mad.
Oh my God. Was there a worry that you'd never play drums again or you'd never feel right?
Yeah, I did feel that at one point, but I just kind of thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get on with it really. The doctors were
Yeah.
really like, you have to be so careful, like you have to take this recovery really, really seriously. Because I had like two black eyes and like my face was like completely bruised and I lost like quite a lot of hearing in my right ear, which has now come back. Because I went for all the hearing tests and they were like, yeah, you've really smashed your head. And when I went to the dentist and stuff, they were just like, everything is off and out, and I couldn't drive for a while and stuff. But yeah, no, I just took the recovery really seriously and then started playing percussion more.
Wow. My God, what a story. Well, you look great now. You're all good now,
Thanks.
but my God, that's all right. But like for people's journey to percussion, I think that's the only time because I was wondering, like why people do it. It's like, well, I got offered this gig, but yeah, literally the vibrations were causing your nose to change shape. So yeah, my God. I mean, it looks like you got a few different percussion gigs. Is in terms of there was one where you got bongos strapped to yourself, and then ones where you perhaps standing and playing around. The bongo one, is that almost so you can sort of walk around the stage a little bit more,
Yeah, so the roaming bongo gigs. So there's definitely been a kind of big jump towards these gigs.
Mm.
Um, I think it really works in terms of like playing it with the DJ, and still having that like live element to a performance. So I might be doing a gig with a sax player or a violinist or a vocalist or maybe a couple of vocalists, a sax player, violin. So yeah, there's definitely like a big kind of like movement towards that, and there's a lot of work on roaming bongos if you're prepared to do that kind of work. You can get like daytime gigs and then you can also get evening gigs. So yeah, I do quite a lot of those. I do quite a lot of gigs on SPD because people know that I've got an SPD and that, I know how it will kind of like really work in terms of playing with a DJ to house music or Afro beats kind of stuff. And then also playing percussion in different lineups of bands. So that will be a show band, or I might get booked by myself as an artist to play alongside a DJ at an event. Yeah, there's kind of like this whole kind of like big movement towards it. I think it's for a lot of venues that maybe don't have the space for a band or maybe the budget to hire a big band, or they might not have the tech rider or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of how that works.
Was that something you sort of targeted, or did it just kind of evolve naturally?
Well, I remember when I was living in Liverpool, when I trained at Lipper, I remember one of my friends, he was a DJ. He said, "Do you want to come along and do a gig with me?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, sure. Like, let's come along and do the gig." Never really like played the bongos or anything before. Didn't really have a clue like what I was doing. And I went and did the gig with him, and then we took like some videos and some pictures on it, and then kind of from that people kind of like saw me do that a little bit more, and then it kind of just started from there. And then I like went and had some lessons so that I could really like understand like the sounds and the different tones and textures. So yeah, that's kind of just how that's really kind of worked, just doing it and posting about it and telling people and talking to people. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of things were you taught? Because I wouldn't know where to begin with percussion. I feel like I'd wing it. But is it sort of the correct way to play a bongo? Is it things like that or?
Yeah, different hand position sounds, different kind of like rhythms depending on what style you're playing in. Kind of how to do like polyrhythms at the same time. So you might have a
Oh
shaker in
wow.
one hand and then have like you might be doing a pattern with your left hand. So yeah, that kind of thing.
Hmm. Are there things that you want to add to your rig that you haven't got yet?
I think I'm pretty happy with how my rig is at the moment for the gigs that I'm doing. I guess as if I was to go on like a big gig, then I'd probably have to get a couple of bigger congas so that I've got a bigger setup. I mean, the swirly cymbals that some people have, they look really cool. What on earth are they called?
Swirly cymbals, I think.
I don't know.
Swirly cymbals, you know, the ones that swirl down.
Swirly cymbals. Yeah.
Orange peel or something.
Oh yeah, that's it. Orange peel. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. No, I think I'm good at the moment. It's a lot of kit to carry, you know.
Yeah.
It's all different.
Yeah,
So
well,
many different bits you've got to remember.
I'll ask. I don't know if this is the same question, different way, but it's just maybe a new angle, different angle. What if someone wanted to start doing percussion? What 5 things should they start with in their rig?
Okay, so if they're going to do acoustic stuff, because obviously you can, you have an electric setup too, like an SBD. Actually, no, I'm going to say that like the SBD is going to be one of the things, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So I would definitely say you would need a set of bongos for sure. I'm endorsed by Natal, so I'll just drop them in there now. So Natal bongos. And then I would say that you definitely need a couple of blocks. I currently use the LP percussive blocks, a couple of different shakers. Again, I get mine from Natal. A tambourine, that's really important. And then you could either, so this is number 5, you could either go with a set of congas or you could go with an SBD, but have a couple of triggers coming off, because that's always really useful if you want to put kind of like clap sounds on there or booms, or so it kind of like opens you up a little bit. But I think it's super important to be able to do both and kind of understand like the electronic world as well and stuff, you know. It opens up lots of different things for you.
Do you have one of them ones that you hit and it goes?
Oh, a vibra slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Don't really use that too much though.
It's a shame.
No.
I think the music industry's missing out, you know.
I think so too. I think every song needs a vibra slap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still do gigs on drums, or is it mostly percussion now?
Yeah, mostly percussion. The last I had the last kind of like gig that I did on kit was, well, the last original gig that I did on kit was with my old band Baby Teeth. So yeah, I don't know if I don't think you knew me when I was in Baby Teeth. But we had like a very small deal with an independent label, and our live agent was CAA, and the biggest gig that we did was supporting Adaman at the Roundhouse in Camden.
Cool. Yeah.
That was really
amazing.
cool. Yeah. We did some festivals, we did Kendall Calling, we did Live at Leeds, we did Great Escape. But yeah, COVID killed us unfortunately. And then yeah, I've not really played kit in a band since then.
Do you think you'd like to do that again?
Yeah, I think if the right thing comes along, for sure, definitely. Right thing, right people, right gig. Yeah, I'd love to do a world tour, but I feel like that might happen a bit more on percussion than kit now, because that's what everyone sees me do, you know?
Do you find that sort of shift in perception? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, because I really love playing percussion. I love kind of like really locking in with the drummer. I love like all the different textures. I love that, like, you know, it's all about the arrangement. It's all about kind of like maybe not playing too much as in the verses, but like going for it more in the choruses and really lifting. And just like all the different like sounds that you know you can create. It's great. I love it. It's also really fun to like stand up and play, you know.
You mentioned Natal. So are you a Natal artist then?
I am, for kit and percussion, which is cool. And then this morning, this is what I was actually writing down before I just spoke to you. But this morning, I just announced that I just signed the remake.
Nice.
Yay!
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
So yes, I'm with them. I have got a couple of other endorsements. The people that endorse me for snare drums is Primus Custom Drums, and they're great. Eddie, he's amazing. He makes the best snare drums in the world.
He's been on our show.
Has he?
Yeah. Yeah, a few years ago now.
Yeah, he's great. He makes all my snares. He's fab. I've got like affiliations with Tunafish Luglocks, Paulie Drums, Simpad, Moises, and I've got 2 other endorsements that I'm gonna talk about soon. I just signed my contracts with them, but I got them both from the drum show, so that was fab.
Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So Remo then.
Yes.
Why Remo?
Because they're the king. That's the crown. I'm gonna put it on my head. There you go. It's the crown on my head because they are the best. And I mean, their skins are so durable, and I mean, to me, you can always tell the difference between a Remo head and a non-Remo head. They've never ever let me down, and their percussion skins are extremely durable as well. So they're endorsing me for both, which is great. Because yeah, I need, like, you don't want to be on a gig and have those kind of problems, particularly with with what I'm doing, because if I'm out in like a foreign country and it's really hot and the skin breaks, it's very, very difficult to like get a new skin in straight away, particularly if that's like the day of the gig. Last year I went out to Sierra Leone to do a gig, and I don't know what I would have done if like my stick had gone through my skin or something like that. Like, I have no idea. Tape it up.
This might be a really dumb question, but I don't really know much about percussion instruments. But like changing a skin on a conga or a bongo, is it similar to changing a skin on a kit?
No, it's not. It's really not that. It's not straightforward at all. I have someone who's teching for me at the moment, Roy Mystery, who
Is that his
he
real
used to
name?
work at. Yeah, do you know him? He used to work at
No,
Wembley
but it's the
Drum
best
Centre.
name ever.
It really
Yeah,
is.
he's great. He used to work at Wembley Drum Centre. He now works at Rubik's Drums in Acton.
Right.
So he does a lot of my teching for me, and no, it's not a straightforward process at all. It's like, yeah, it's like he has to like soak the skins and leave them overnight, and then you have to leave them up for a week to replace. It's not straightforward because it's like measuring the hoops, and it's a completely different deal to drum heads, which is mad, isn't it?
I can see why that wouldn't be a quick fix if you're in Sierra Leone,
No. And also as well, it's like, because it's all goat skins, he's been telling me about the particular goats that he has to like, I don't know.
So they're actually
kill himself.
They're still using animal skins for.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Do they do synthetic ones?
A good question. I don't know. We can ask Remo that. I'm going to send them an email after we finished. I've got to send them an email so I can ask them that. But yeah, I'm sure that they're very conscious of planet stuff.
I mean, it depends. You make one and it's really durable. If it lasts a long time, is that better?
And is it better because you're using every bit of the goat? You know what I mean? If you've got a goat bongo out of it.
There you go. You get a bongo out of the goat.
Yeah.
And sometimes it will make a goat noise and you wonder why. It's the goat coming out of the skin.
It's the goat ghost. It's singing one last time. I mentioned the towel because I saw a video of you and a few drummers who have been on the pod, I think. And it was sort of I'm not sure what it was. I guess a female drummer's, what was it, a talk or something, or kind of like a showcase?
It was for the International Women's Day campaign that we did last year. So yeah, we all went down to Natal for the day. There was 5 of us, and 4 drummers on kit and myself on percussion. And we did a day of filming for them, which was awesome. We were playing that groove that we're playing is from Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves. And yeah, we did a little interview with them, had lunch. It was lovely. Hung out with George. our artist relations manager, who's lovely. And yeah, it was a really successful campaign. I was really, really proud to be in that because I think that we definitely need to kind of do more of those things to showcase more of like what we're doing and just different communities within the drum world. It's just good to showcase everybody a little bit more,
What sort of lunch spread are Natal putting on?
We all had pizza.
Better play.
Oh, great. There you go.
Yeah, but it was good pizza. It was great. Lovely pizza.
I thought Ben was going to ask something serious.
Oh no.
Well, it
I
is
think
serious.
they wanted something that was like convenient, quick, easy. I mean, they had to feed all the people that were filming us and recording us too, but they've got a really cool setup there. It's great. They've got like this big studio in the back, and because they've teamed up with Marshall now. So yeah, they've got like really fantastic facilities down there. And I really love being part of the Natal brands because I think they have, out of all of the drum brands, they've got one of the most diverse rosters for artists, which is great. And they've got a lot of really kind of like cool and credible people doing great stuff on there. So it definitely felt very right for me to go with them.
You're involved with the MU?
Yes.
What role do you have with them?
So I am a education rep for them. Yeah, that's what I do with the education side of things. And then I am on the London Regional Committee as the vice chair for those meetings. So that's like discussing kind of everything that's going on in London. If there's like things that we need to kind of be aware of and kind of lobby against, and if we can try and make things better, then we will. And then I sit on the benevolent funds board, which is very interesting, and I've just applied to be on the executive committee so that I can learn more. But I'm just very passionate about things being fair and equal, and yeah, just change really, and just trying to make things as best I can for other people while I'm here in the industry that I care the most about,
So with the education thing, are you not whose side are you on? Are you informing the MU of feeding them information about this is what's happening in education at the moment, or are you the other way round, helping students with the MU and things like that?
It just depends really. I think that like most places now should have a union rep within their department, particularly when you work in education. So for example, what I was doing before at the previous place that I worked at, there was like 13 of us that would come in and out and give vocal lessons, drum lessons, guitar lessons, piano lessons. And it was just to make sure that everything was very fair across the boards, that we were all getting paid the same for the same things, that if we were called for meetings, that, not one person was getting paid, but the other person wasn't getting paid. Just to, just kind of like make it kind of ground, like there are ground rules sort of thing. But yeah, I do have a responsibility to try and like tell people about the MU and encourage people to join, because they do offer lots and lots of benefits in all different areas, like whether that be like your equipment insurance. So if you take out the equipment insurance with them, if you're like loading or unloading to a gig and you leave the car unlocked and all your equipment gets nicked, then you're covered for that kind of thing. Obviously legal wise, it's really great to have that team so that you've got somebody that you can go to discuss things. If you're ever ill like I was, they will help you. So yeah, and it's just kind of like having a presence just to make sure that things are fair, because sometimes employers don't behave as they're meant to. So it's just trying to make sure that everything is done properly.
It was actually a band manager of a band I was in, who was very keen on the MU, and it was because we had a run of a few function gigs where they just got cancelled last minute, and he was very like, right, I'm going to get in touch with the MU and just see what we can do, and it's actually him who kind of put me onto it, because I don't know, I still don't feel like everyone is signed up, you know what I mean? It's like there's probably a lot of people that aren't, but it is beneficial. I think it's probably one of those things that's beneficial if you know how to use it as well. Like you said, like there might be people that are off work from being a musician and then go, I don't know what to do. Whereas it sounds like you got the help.
Yeah, absolutely. And people could could not be working for so many different reasons, and there's so many resources out there, and different departments that can help and stuff. Yeah, I just think it's super important, like when you're freelancing, that if you, as you just said, if you've got a bunch of gigs booked in and they just all get cancelled, that's your livelihoods, and that's not okay if you've been contracted and stuff. People will try and get away with whatever they can.
Ben, I think this is something we haven't done with guests in a while. Let's just go back to how did you start drumming? Because this isn't something we talk about much, but it's always fun. What was the start of the Samantha journey into being a drummer?
Oh, sure. So, when I was 4, I asked my dad for a drum kit for my birthday, and
4?
When I was 4, yeah, my parents always had like music playing around the house when I was growing up and stuff. My dad and my mum actually ran a distribution label, so they were like always going to gigs like all the time. I think the first gig I went to go and see, well, the first gig that I can remember was Aerosmith, and I think the Black Crows were supporting them. And I remember I sat there and had a massive nosebleed all throughout the gig because it was just so loud, and I was just sitting there like covered in blood. My dad was like, "It was meant to be your first gig, Samantha." Yeah. So anyway, so I asked him for a drum kit when I was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, my dad was like always playing like Led Zeppelin, The Who, Rolling Stones, The Beatles, David Bowie, like, just all of that kind of like rock era music all around the house all the time, and I was always like, whoa. But he also told me that so I was quite like lazy as a baby. I think I didn't walk until I was like 22 months, which apparently is quite late. So my mum and dad just used to like leave me in rooms in the house and just be like, oh, it's fine, she's still going to be there when we get back. Anyway, the first steps that I did was actually standing up and walking over to my dad's stereo and turning it, like whacking it all the way up, and the whole stereo blew. So that was, yeah, they then knew.
My God.
Yeah.
So how did that lead to drums? Did you get a drum kit age 4, or was it later on? Wow, cool.
And my grandparents told me that I played it very, very badly, and they were like, said to my mum and dad, she's never going to get anywhere. This is a complete waste of time. This is ridiculous. But then, yeah, obviously, like I had some lessons and stuff and got a bit older, so could coordinate. And then, yeah, I think like when I was at school, when I was 14, I joined a band, and it was with like 4 friends just around where I lived. And I was the only girl in the band, and we called the band Lady and the Tramps. And we did some gigs, which were cool, just like local gigs and stuff. And then I'd like entered like a few different like talent competitions and all of that kind of thing. There wasn't really too much going on like when I was where I was growing up, for kind of like music opportunities. Like you could play so Buckinghamshire, like you could play in like the local pub and all of that kind of thing, but that was kind of it. And it's really difficult, isn't it, when you're kind of like 14, 15? Like what do you actually do? You just have to get in a band and just practice, I guess. There's not really much else. And then I started taking things really seriously when I left home and went to uni in Liverpool.
Was that to study drums specifically, or was that?
Yeah, I did a BA in music. I actually did a diploma in popular music and sound technology before I went on to do the BA course. But yeah, all at LIPA in Liverpool. So
Nice.
yeah, and then kind of from there, then I was like, right, okay, now I've got to really knuckle down.
Did you move to London from Liverpool? Or
Yeah, so after I graduated in ages ago, I stayed in Liverpool for another 3 years afterwards because
oh, cool.
had a lot of work and I loved the city and I had loads of friends up there. I was just having a really great time. And then moved back down to London in 2014 and been here ever since.
Is Paul McCartney involved in that in some way?
Mm.
Is
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
is like his uni or something, or have I got that wrong?
Yeah, he's the lead patron and he actually went to school in the same building.
Oh wow.
I think it's him and John Lennon. They went to that building. They went to that school in that building together. And
Right.
then I think like in the Toxteth riots or something, the building got demolished and then they rebuilt it. And yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool is a fun city. Ben and I went there for the drum show 2 years ago, and I slept in a bath. So, you know.
In a bath?
Yep, because Ben snores quite loudly, and I found out when we got in the hotel room. You know, when I say quite loudly, I mean it's like a steam train. You know, it's like lying next to a diseased walrus or something.
Well, you know, and you've had a few Guinness and
Yeah, we all snore when we've had a few drinks. It's all good. I think
This is
that Liverpool is the perfect city for the drum show, though, because it's like it's just great, isn't it? It's got the music thing going on. It's got the docks, like the venue. It just feels very right to always have.
and I think it probably is nice for drummers up north to not have to travel to London. You know, because it's like everything's in London. You know, so
Yeah.
it's probably like it is great. It's awesome. Ben, anything else?
yeah, I mean, when you graduated, and then have you had periods of like kind of doing other jobs or anything like to support your music, or have you been fortunate enough to just kind of start working and carry on?
No, I've had some really shit jobs.
Okay,
like,
let's
really
go.
shit jobs.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when I was at uni, actually I had 4 jobs to like keep me going. I worked in a pub, which was so much fun, like this really amazing Scouse pub. That was so much fun. I was like handing leaflets through people's doors. So, you know, any like menus or anything like that you might get through your doors, that might have been me putting them through your doors. I worked I did like promo stuff, just like, you know, little bits of extra class. I've always taught though. I kind of started teaching when I was like 14, so I've always like had students and done private lessons. But no, I've had some really shit jobs. I mean, I could probably tell you about my shittest job if I'm allowed to.
Please do.
Okay, so I worked in, this was bloody hard work. I worked in Topshop in Oxford Circus when Topshop was open. That was like, yeah, because it's like the busiest street in the world, isn't it?
And that's where you find out customers are dicks, you know, a lot of the time.
Absolute knobheads.
It's like
absolute twats. You just want to tell them all to go F off, but you can't.
Yeah. It's almost astounding. You know, you think, I feel like most people are quite nice, and then you work in retail. You're like, wow, no, they're not, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And they're also like, oh, I don't know, the building was just like infested with rats and stuff. Yeah. Anyway.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah, that
Quite
does sound
clearly
great.
not the top shop.
No.
Yeah. I don't know whether I can say this and you post this online and I'll get a letter through the post.
That'd be fine.
What's his name? Greenberg. What's his name?
Peter Green? No.
Victor Green. Is that it? Victor Green?
Peter Green, is it?
Peter Green, someone green, someone blue, someone yellow, something like that.
Ben, should we go to our final question?
Who's your favourite delivery company?
Who's my favourite delivery company?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You heard correctly.
Oh gosh. I don't know, one that sends me good tracking, where the tracking details are correct.
Yeah, who would that be?
Is this
for
a
you?
trick question?
Not a trick
No,
question.
it's not a trick question.
It's just a
It's just
curveball we like to throw
every
at
guest
people.
we've ever had has had the same question. It's not.
He's my favorite delivery company. The ones that have the most, like, think about their emissions and think about what they're doing to the planet and the least amount of packaging and pay their staff correctly and are ethically great. That company. When you find it, let me know because I'll be ordering from them all the time.
Got ya. There we go. Any bad delivery stories?
No.
Good.
Everyone that I order from is all of the companies that I work with are really good and very professional and
Who do
get
Remo
everything
use?
delivered. Sorry?
Who do Remo use to send you stuff?
Well, I don't know because I'm about to fill out what I want. So I guess we'll find out. Just the postman, probably. Royal Mail.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Royal Mail. We'll go with Royal Mail. That's the top one.
Yeah.
What were you filling out? A head order then?
Yes.
Nice.
New heads. Yeah.
Do you get like just free reign? Is there a limit?
Well, it's for what it's it has to be obviously relevant to my kit. So yeah, couldn't really, and I think you have to say like what dimensions of what drums you've got and the skin sizes and all of that kind of thing. Like I'm very, very honest with those kind of things. Because it's so obvious anyway, because you can just go online and be like, she said she has a 16-inch tom and she definitely doesn't. Do you know what I mean? Like la that's not there. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna go with hopefully some of the colored skins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, that will suit your vibe. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Are they only come in a particular model, or can you get any? Are they ambassadors that are coloured, or?
I think they're ambassadors, but I'm not sure. I need to just do I need to do a look. I'm going off the back of like what I've got here, but yeah, I need to have a look at I think it is ambassadors. I know that they're definitely doing an ambassadors coated one for snares. And they sound really cool. They sound wicked.
Right. Well, let's wrap it up. But thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's been an hour.
I know. It flies by when you're having fun, huh?
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram. I'm Samantha. So at Samantha_Lubin, Lubin. You can find me at my website, www.samanthalubin.co.uk. I'm on Facebook /Samantha Lubin Drummer. Got a YouTube channel. Got like LinkedIn.
Yeah, you got loads.
Yeah, loads. Got more. Got Linktree. Go onto my Linktree. It's on my Instagram. You find me everywhere from there.
Brilliant.
Sweet.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
well, have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have fun picking out your skins.
Yeah, it's an exciting day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, nice one. Right.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh, there we go. There we go, boy.
There we go. Great.
How about
great
them
stuff.
apples, huh?
Yeah.
Bosh.
How about them apples?
There you go.
Bosh.
Chat with Samantha Lubin. Done. Tick. Yeah.
Mm.
Been on the pod. Great chat. I mean, the accident. Whoa.
Yeah, that was mad.
Amazing
Yeah.
how just something can just like that change the game for quite a long time.
I mean, what she said about the whole 10 seconds for the foot, right foot, 3 seconds, what was it? The kind of delay,
yeah.
Noticing
so you got to do beat one on the previous couple of bars. You know what I mean? That's a head fuck.
It really is.
Get that groove. But I'll start the kick now, and then I'll start the beating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been crazy to experience that.
No, that's got to be awful, right? Because that's more than just like, oh, I've broken my foot. But at least I can, if your whole body is affected by vibrations, and you're a drummer, that's it. It's game over. So, but not game over because she now drums again and has become an accomplished percussionist. So it's all good. Fantastic chat. I like learning more about percussionists. It's definitely I don't know. I still feel like it's such an unknown world to me. As I said, I've done it once at Gabby's place, and you quickly realise this is hard. You know what I mean? Because there's there's a responsibility to it. You know, where you're going, well, I can't stray from what the drummer's doing because I don't want to put them off. You know, if you start speeding up on that bongo, you know, or slowing down, you know, it's tricky.
Yeah, I think would that kind of, for me, I think it would be the balance of, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Am I just doing this because I'm here?
Yeah.
Or should I just, slow down, chill out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably be, But I think we're finding, a lot of people we speak to, it's these niches, it's these little other avenues that enable a career, a prolonged career, that not everyone just plays the drums. There's divergences, resurgences, surgences, into playback, MD, percussion, pop a little bit of bass guitar in there now and again, all these things, fixing, and then even with drumming itself, musicals, pop, rock, teaching, so many things you can do. And some people, find themselves in those avenues more by chance a lot of the time. Learn, experience, readjust, crack on.
Yep. That is the phrase.
That is the phrase.
Yeah. I bet you couldn't say that again.
Nope. No idea what I said. No idea what I said.
It definitely ended with crack on though.
Yeah.
Well, great. Yeah. Go and check out Samantha for all your percussion needs. And anything else, if you want to have lessons with her. I think I'd quite enjoy a percussion lesson, to be honest, to actually learn how to play it. Because I feel like whenever I play, as I said, a bongo or anything, I'm like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Slapping it like a bald head.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like a voodoo doll of one of us,
For sure.
Yeah.
Great. Well, you continue your lovely little lie down. And
has it annoyed you that I'm lying down for the
No, it doesn't. It hasn't annoyed me. No, I wish I was lying down because I've just had another fucking gone a step backwards with my back.
That's not
just spending my Sunday building Lego, as you do, and then all of a sudden, pop! Oh, for fuck's sake!
Well, so you weren't even bending down. You were just.
No, I was just sat down.
You just sat.
Yeah, just sat down. And do you know what? That very morning, I thought back's feeling quite good actually since my second injection, and then, bosh, and it's not the worst it's been. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's just gone a little bit tender and a little bit sore and a little bit unstable. But it's like, oh fuck's sake, because I was really starting to think maybe I don't need the surgery. Maybe this is like I'm on a good path here. But then no. So we'll see. We'll see. I've got a consultation next week, so we'll see what they see where we're at then. But it's frustrating because then it just sets me back to a point of like, okay, even though it wasn't like bad, it's like probably shouldn't drive. Don't want to risk being in a car and then suddenly having a spasm or something.
Yeah, of course.
It's mentally frustrating and draining. It's like, fuck, I want to do stuff.
Of course it is.
No, I've just got to fucking stay in bed. But anyway, enough about that.
Anyway.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram, send us an email, all that usual stuff. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will be back next time. We can guarantee that. We can't guarantee if it will be any good. George, pleasure. Mon frère.
Pleasure as always.
Mon frère de egg. Mon frère de ouf. My brother of egg. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye. Au revoir.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.